Alright, you guys should really stop doing this. Yes, this. Stop pasting one single color correction on your entire edit and expect it to just magically work. No, it won't. One color correction on your entire edit cannot fix the different lighting on different scenes or the different color profiles on different environments. There are a lot of things to consider when adding color correction. When ignored, your edit may look off, inconsistent, or messy, even when the effects and transitions are good. Color correction is also not about copying presets. It's about understanding what the clip needs. In this video, I'm going to teach you color correction the right way in Alight Motion, from the basics to how you should actually think when color correcting clips. This tutorial is beginner-friendly, but it will completely change how you approach colors. First thing you should think of now is, what actually is color correction? Because the thing is, most editors actually get the main idea of it all wrong. Color correction is the process of adjusting the light, colors, and contrast of a clip so it looks balanced, natural, and visually correct. It is about fixing problems, not really creating style. When you color correct, you're correcting things like poor lighting, washed out colors, strange color casts, dark shadows, blown highlights, and inconsistent tones across clips. If color correction is done properly, the viewers shouldn't notice it. They should just feel that the edit looks clean. Why color correction is necessary? Most raw clips are not perfect. Some clips are too dark, some are too bright, some look yellow, green, blue, or flat. Some clips in the same edit don't even look like they belong together. Color correction fixes all of that. Without it, no amount of effects, shakes, or transitions can actually save your edit. It's basically what prepares your clip for quality, consistency, and style. Main categories of color correction. Now let's talk about the main branches of color correction. First is balancing color correction. Balancing is the foundation of all color work. This is where you correct lighting, fix exposure, neutralize strange color casts, and make sure the clip looks natural. Balancing makes sure whites look white, blacks look black, and skin tones don't look sick or unnatural. This step is mandatory. Skipping it is the reason most edits look amateur and cheap. This is a clip when it's raw, and this is it when it have been balanced with CC. The difference is quite clear as one looks premium than the other, even if the viewers won't know you added some sort of CC. It just looks great compared to how it was before. The second branch is stylized color correction or color grading. This is where editors add personality and feel to the clip. This includes rainbow CC, cinematic CC, dark moody CC, or aesthetic color themes. These type of CC give the edit a form of identity. Take a look at this clip. After adding two different styling CC, what do you observe? If you take a look at it now, the left one looks a bit cheerful from the original while the right one is a bit moody and sad. This is what styling CC is for. Not only do they add mood, but also personality, like some popular CC created by popular AMV editors like 9headache, Nicovax, Sanchez, and the rest. Once you add these CC, it is usually assumed you are trying to make an edit in their style. However, style CC only works if the clip is already balanced. Adding style on a broken clip just exaggerates the problems. The third category is quality color correction. This is subtle but powerful. It focuses on clarity, HD, highlight control, shadow recovery, and overall polish. Quality CC doesn't scream for attention, but it's what makes an edit feel high definition and professional. A good example is the popular HD CC. Now before we touch any effects, you need to understand two things. The first is that every clip needs different correction. Two clips from the same anime can still have different lighting, exposure, and color balance. That's why copying one CC across your whole edit almost never works. You have to correct each clip individually. The second is that balancing color correction depends on the clip's problem, not the editor's preference. You don't ask, what CC should I use? You should ask, what is wrong with this clip? That mindset alone will fix half your color problems. Calming color correction effects. This video focuses mostly on foundational color correction. That means fixing and balancing clips, not heavy styling. Once you understand the foundation, styles become easy actually. 1. Brightness and contrast. Brightness controls how light or dark the entire clip is. Contrast controls the difference between dark areas and bright areas. If your clip looks flat, contrast helps add depth. If it looks washed out, lowering brightness slightly can help. Be careful though, too much contrast destroys detail. This is because the more you increase the contrast, the more the brighter sides get brighter and the darker sides get darker at the same time, creating a gap in difference. It's usually a nice move to start your color correction by lowering the brightness a bit and increasing the contrast a bit right after you fix the exposure. This can help solve washed clips and create depth at the same time. Exposure and gamma. This effect has 3 sliders: exposure, gamma, and offset. The exposure slider controls how much light the clip receives. If a clip is underexposed and lacks light, increasing the exposure helps bring details back. If it's overexposed and has too much light, decreasing the exposure helps reduce blown areas. The gamma slider also plays a big role here. Gamma controls the midtones. So, when exposure changes, gamma decides how visible the main subject remains. If gamma is too high, exposure will make the clip look washed out. If gamma is too low, exposure will make the clip look muddy and flat. Offset is what shifts the entire brightness level of the image at once. When exposure is adjusted, offset helps move the whole image up or down in brightness evenly. This is why exposure should be adjusted early in color correction. Exposure is stronger than brightness, so it should be adjusted gently. Color balance. Color balance is one of the most misunderstood effects in Alight Motion. Color balance works by adjusting red, green, and blue values in different tonal ranges of the clip. These tonal ranges are shadows, midtones, and highlights. Shadows are the darker parts of the clip. Midtones are mostly the main visible areas, like skin tones, faces, and the subject. Highlights are usually the bright areas, such as light sources and reflections. If your clip looks too yellow, too green, or too blue, color balance is how you fix it. Each tonal range has 3 sliders: cyan red, magenta green, and yellow blue. These sliders represent opposite colors on the color wheel. Cyan is the opposite of red. Magenta is the opposite of green. Yellow is the opposite of blue. So when you slide toward one color, you are automatically reducing its opposite. For example, if your shadow looks too yellow, you push the yellow-blue slider in shadow toward blue and vice versa. Same thing for the midtones and highlights. Most corrections should start in the midtones because that's where the eye focuses first. Once midtones look neutral, you then adjust shadows and highlights slightly if needed. Color tune. Color tune adjusts the lift, gamma, gain, and offset of a layer using a color circle and a brightness bar. The color circle starts with white at the center, which represents a neutral color state. As you move away from the center toward the edge of the circle, you introduce more color into the selected tonal range. The vertical bar beside the circle goes from white to black. It controls how bright or dark that tonal range becomes while the color is being applied. Now let's break down what lift, gamma, gain, and offset actually mean. Lift controls the shadows of the image. When you push lift toward a color, that color is added mostly into the shadows. This is useful for fixing dark areas that look too cold, too warm, or color contaminated. Gamma controls the midtones of the image. This is the most important range because it affects faces, skin tones, and the main subject. Most color balancing happens here. Gain controls the highlights of the image. It affects the brightest areas like skies, light reflections, and white objects. Offset controls all tonal ranges at once, shadows, midtones, and highlights all together. It shifts the entire image uniformly in both color and brightness. Color tune is powerful because it allows you to adjust color and brightness by tonal range, not just globally. That's why it's better for proper correction than random colorize effects, but only if you understand what each control is doing. Saturation and vibrance. Saturation controls the intensity of all colors equally. Vibrance increases the intensity of weaker colors while protecting already strong colors. This means vibrance is safer and more natural. Saturation is stronger and easier to overdo. For clean edits, vibrance is usually better. Highlights and shadows. Highlights control the brightest parts of the image. Lowering highlights helps recover details in bright areas like lights and white clothing. Shadows control the darkest areas. Raising shadows helps reveal details without lifting the entire clip. Together, these two effects help balance light range and improve quality. Color temperature. Color temperature controls how warm or cool a clip feels. Warm tones feel yellow or orange, cool tones feel blue. This effect is useful for fixing clips that feel too cold or too warm. Mixer HSL. HSL lets you adjust specific colors in your clip instead of affecting everything at once. Your clip contains many color ranges like red, orange, green, and so on. HSL separates these colors so you can edit them individually. H means hue, S means saturation, and L means luminance or lightness. Hue controls what color a color becomes, basically changing a color from what it is. When you move the hue slider, you shift that color around the color spectrum. For example, green can move toward yellow or cyan. Saturation controls how strong or dull a color is. Increasing saturation makes the color more intense. Reducing it makes the color softer or closer to gray. Lightness controls how bright or dark that color appears. Increasing lightness makes the color brighter. Lowering it makes the color darker, without affecting the whole clip. HSL is best used after basic corrections are done. Fast adjusting. Fast adjusting is a quick correction tool. It allows basic exposure, contrast, saturation, and other color correction effects all in one place. It's useful for quick fixes, but not ideal for heavy or precise correction. One thing you should keep in mind is that, even if all these effects look fancy and nice, you should only use what is actually needed and required. Do not go ahead spamming everything for the sake of it. Although I said this, but if you feel like you are unsure of what to do with your clip, you can always try following these steps. 1. Fix exposure. 2. Adjust brightness and contrast. 3. Balance colors. 4. Control saturation. 5. Polish with highlights and shadows. 6. Add style, CC. Practice section. Now that we understand the theory, let's practice. We're going to take a raw clip and apply everything we just learned, step by step, so you can see how proper color correction actually works in real time. Let's get started. Before I start, I want to use this opportunity to thank y'all for getting me to 2,000 subscribers. It means a lot to me right now. Thanks to Tyson and Wizzy who supported me in most ways possible as well. Appreciate it. Now, first, add a rectangle and stretch it to cover heat composition. Then add copy background effect to convert the rectangle into an adjustment layer. We'll start with exposure. The clip is actually well lit, but I'll just increase it a tiny bit. Reduce brightness a bit and increase contrast for depth. Now, color balance. The shadows should feel blue since the clip is giving this bluish feel. Her clothes in the river too, so I'll try adding some blue and cyan. The midtone shall be slight yellow and red to compensate the face colors. Use vibrance more for cleaner color intensity. I need to brighten up and reveal some details in the dark areas, especially around her waist. So I will add highlights and shadows, then increase the shadow a bit. Give a tiny bit of bluish feel with color temperature. Now, watch me copy this CC to the second clip and witness how using one CC for every clip is not a good idea. Yeah, it looks messed up. I will hide the effects one by one and readjust the CC effects as needed. I do not need to reveal anything from the shadows here, so I'll remove highlights and shadows. I'll add color tune for more balancing.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left unsaid. I can almost
Now, the third clip.
walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know I'll find you in my dreams. My heart rages around like an ocean in my head. I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality. If you are echoing around inside these parallel dimensions all alone, know
Now, let us make a simple style CC for all.
I can almost feel you walking in the distance, but I know that it's not reality.
You can play a bit with Mixer HSL. I'll add color gradient a bit to give it some dynamic tint. Looking nice. And that's all for this video. If you learned something from this video, like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. See you in the next video!